G'day guys, welcome back. So, we've taken delivery of the new project car. This is a 99 VS Ute. It is well and truly far from perfect condition. But let's have a bit of a look at it. So there's a bit of a shadow on, but this guard's no good. The door's actually alright. Got a bit of a scrub mark down here. It's not too bad on the whole. Paint's trashed. Pretty standard for these things. So, looked at about 8 to 10 of these things. Tailgate's no good. Before I finally chose this car. Basically, they were all way too expensive, or they were destroyed. So, anything under the $5 mark seems to be pretty trashed, like an ex-Trader Ute or P-Plater spec. I've got a dent here. It's a bit of a nasty one. The gap's closed up down here, so it's had a little bit of a shunt in the back. Shouldn't be too bad. So I've got a bit of a scrub mark down here where this has been smoothed off. I don't know if you can see that in the light. Door's no good. Guard's no good. Bonnet's got marks. She's rough, but wood liner's no good. Seats are trashed. Got some mad ass cup holders. Door trim's a bit average. See, the dogs have christened it already. So the bonnet's got marked there. Got a dent there. What else we got? A few little dents. Dent here. Dent here. So, being a VS, these things, being such a fairly new car, it's pretty easy to just go and replace everything. And of course, that's definitely a con. V6. So, looking at the paint here, there's evidence that the car's been resprayed before. Radiator support panel is different color, slightly different color to the edge, which means the outside's been painted. So, looking at this, the radiator support panel was original. Doesn't seem to be any creases or any folds or anything. If it's been wrecked at any stage before, they've done a really, really good job of hiding it because I couldn't find any evidence of it. So, it does have a mint running V6 Ecotec and column shift auto in it. Caves have got. Never really thought to look actually. So we've got just under 250,000. She's not bad. Anyway, so they're the cons. So the pros of this car. B-pillar molds. Literally every single one I looked at, these were broken. So same again on this side. Another good one. Rust. Doesn't have any rust. A little bit of a surface up here where the paint's come off and it's just started to surface rust, but there's nothing in the Bailey channels, which is quite rare. Nothing down here. These things are pretty bad for going down here. About 3 of them that I looked at were all rotten there. I didn't believe the S's were old enough to rust, but turns out I'm wrong. Okay, so that's all the negative stuff. What's the plan? Now, I've managed to secure a genuine VS SS front bar with a lip kit and fog lights. A set of Statesman side skirts. So basically the outside's going to look like a VS SS Ute. So they actually did make them. I'll throw a picture of one in here. The colour, not quite sure. Just making a decision on that now. We're either going to do it Bermuda blue, a factory colour, or the black that they came in. Also managed to source a new tailgate. And we've got some moulds that go across here and cover all the tail light hooks, big fiberglass ones, so that'll all disappear. Tray's a little beat up. As you can see, I've been using it as a storage bench. We're going to cut these out. So we've got a wheel tub kit on its way. We've got a 3mm tub kit coming from Showtime. I figured I'd go 3mm because who knows where this ute may end up, and realistically it's the same amount of work to put 1mm tubs in it as it is to put 3mm. So we may as well set it up with the 3mm tubs because it may end up on a burnout pad. Who knows what the future might bring. So that's the basic plan. I got a set of combos, not quite sure if they're going to fit. The wheel wells in these things are actually quite small, and I don't really want to cut the rail. You got about 40mm, which takes you to about here, to the chassis rail. So it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's still a fair bit when you consider that the tub will be squared off. So your top of your tub is about here. So that's, you know, that's where your main difference is. You're probably looking at about 60mm, 70mm at the top of the tub, because of the shape of the tub actually rolls, you can see. Probably not the best tub to look at because this one's actually had a bit of a hard life. She was obviously a work ute at some point. As you can see, we've got some LS bits there. So we've got a LS1 to go in it. It's got a fair size stick, Turbo 400, got a single plane, Holley Terminator. So it should be quite a tough thing. But plan was not to do coilovers in the rear until I climbed under it and had a bit of a look. It's about the only way you're going to get any sort of suspension travel out of this thing, because right now, sitting at this height, which is full factory spec, we've got about 3 inches between the diff and the bump stop. That's not going to work. We're going to cut all that out because I want the car at least 4 inches lower from where it is now, and then we need some suspension travel. So that's how we're going to get some ride out of this thing, because these things, if you've ever driven one lowered, drives like a freaking go-kart. Okay, so got the ute in on the lift, getting ready to tear this motor and box out. Initial plan was to do the rear end first and leave this end, but we've got a 2-week wait on our coilovers and tub kit. So the coronavirus has struck again. So what we'll do is we'll get all this out and get our mock engine in. Unfortunately, we don't have our proper engine yet. It's still getting a cam package fitted, but we should have that by the weekend. So anyone that's ever done an LS swap in one of these things or knows of them knows that there's generally a few clearance issues. So I still can't get my head around the fact that you buy a engine conversion kit and you need to modify it. But anyway, that's how these things are. So what we'll do is we'll get it all mocked in there. I won't bother filming tearing the V6 out because, to be honest, that's pretty boring, and no one really cares about a V6 and a Commodore. So we'll get this out and we'll get the mock engine in and see how everything fits. Hopefully we don't have too many clearance issues, but we'll see how we go. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so nothing too exciting here. The engine just coming out. The column shift auto on this thing was actually a bit of a pain in the ass. I haven't played with one of them before. But anyway, so she's all out, so we'll keep on going. Okay guys, so we disposed of the V6 and automatic, and we've got our LS mock engine in here with our Turbo 400. So as you can tell by the intake, we're going to put a single plane on it with a nice great big air filter hanging out the bonnet for that old school tough look. So everything checks out okay. I've actually removed most of the conversion kit, the pipes and that. But everything fits in there quite well, as it should. I kind of had a suspicion this kit was going to fit in fairly well since it was all mocked up on my mate's VN. But you never can be too sure with these cars. So next up we'll be tear it all out and get the engine bay painted. My actual engine for the car is ready now. We ended up fully rebuilding it, so new rings, bearings, gaskets, so the whole kit caboodle. But we'll go through all the engine specs on that one when I get it home in the next video. But we'll end this one here and yeah, we'll keep going. All right, I'll catch you on the next one.